Hey there folks, Rel here. Today we'll be reviewing the EM1 light machine gun for the new conglomerate. If you spent some time in the Heavy Assault class forums on the PlanetSide 2 official site, you've probably heard about how much this weapon sucks. So today we'll be exploring why this may or may not be the case, compare it to other weapons available, and hopefully show off some fun gameplay with it. That said, the EM1 is billed as a medium-range LMG that's going to run you a low 250 certs or 500 station cache to unlock. The EM1 has the highest rate of fire of any NC LMG at 652 rounds per minute, but it also has the lowest damage of any NC LMG at 143 damage up to 10 meters and 125 minimum damage at 65 meters. It reloads faster than every other factional LMG as well, except the Anchor. It reloads short at 3.5 seconds and long at close to 4.5 seconds. And for your awareness, the short reload just means that you still have a bullet in the chamber, and a long reload is when your gun is completely dry. They do make a difference. But given that the EM1 shares the highest magazine size of any LMG at 100 rounds, with 300 in reserve, you're probably never going to have to sit through a long reload. It can also equip an extended magazine, which is going to bump it up to 200 rounds per magazine. When it comes to controlling the EM1, it recoils straight up with deviations to the left and to the right. It has the lowest vertical recoil and the lowest bloom of any factional LMG. But it also has the highest left and right deviations, meaning it shakes a little bit more side to side than the other LMGs are going to do. It does also have the highest first shot recoil multiplier, but it's really only noticeable at extremely long distances given the natural low vertical recoil the weapon starts out with. And it has a low to moderate cone of fire both with hip firing and with aiming down sights, and while you're hip firing you can actually equip an advanced laser sight, and that's going to slim it down a lot. So what this all means is that it comes down to the weapon being very easy to control, but it's going to start getting inaccurate after the first 10 or 15 shots. I do use it over range a lot, but bursting is definitely required to be effective outside 20 meters or so. This keeps true to the weapon's intended purpose, which is close to medium range combat. The problem and the main frustration with the EM1 is that the mediocre rate of fire coupled with the low damage profile means that the weapon is not competitive against other weapons that are built specifically for a short range role. What I think a lot of NC players don't realize, however, is that most LMGs do fall into the 143 damage maximum category, and the rate of fire for this damage range is actually middle of the road. The Vanu Sovereign's Polaris, the TR's T16, and the T32 Bull all have the exact same damage profiles, meaning the actual damage of the weapon, the minimum damage of the weapon, and the same rate of fire as the EM1. But for the sake of being thorough in terms of raw damage output per second, provided all bullets are hitting the chest area within 10 meters, or 15 if you have soft point ammo equipped, the EM1 deals 1,554 damage per second, the NC6 Gauss Saw deals 1,667 damage per second, and is a powerhouse over range obviously. The Anchor deals 1,670 damage per second, and it's another weapon that's oriented toward short range combat. And for kicks, compared to the two factional SMGs, you're looking at the Blitz GD TAC-10 dealing 1,760 damage per second, and the AF TAC-4 Cyclone dealing 1,814 damage per second. And when you look at it like that from just a strictly damage perspective, it seems pretty abysmal. But the main upside to the EM1, aside from the fact that it's very easy to control, is the sheer ammo capacity of the weapon. The Anchor, the Blitz, the Cyclone are going to force you to reload every kill or two, and the EM1 isn't going to have that problem. And when you do finally run out of ammo, you'll be sitting through a very reasonable reload time, so it's not likely to screw you over. That said, the EM1 is a weapon that's very oriented for medium close suppressive fire, and is a middle of the road weapon for everything else. And so it's not the weapon that you want to bring when you're beasting out by yourself in close quarters or from sniping at long range, but it is a good weapon for supporting your teammates and for being a very versatile platform from medium to close range engagements. Also, if you're the kind of player who doesn't have amazing aim, like me, this is the closest thing that you're going to get to a bullet hose for the NC faction. as the Gauss saw is very dependent on landing those hard-hitting shots because the rate of fire is slower. The EM1 is more apt to let you pepper an area with your fingers crossed. So that's really the long and short of it. Not competitive from a damage standpoint for 1v1 situations against specialized weapons, but extremely useful for sustained damage while supporting teammates. I do want to quickly run over the attachment options the EM1 has access to and give you my recommendations. The EM1 can use soft point ammo, a flash suppressor, a standard suppressor, extended magazines, a forward grip, an advanced laser sight, and of course a flashlight. Now personally I'm running the EM1 with a suppressor, extended magazines, soft point, and a night vision scope. And I really do like this setup. As you can probably tell in the footage, I do pretty well with it. Currently I'm running the resist shield and a rank 5 advanced shield capacitor suit slot, and if I was not running this combination, I'd probably be running the Leviathan loadout with this weapon instead of the anchor. And this is the same for my Vonu Sovereign character. Instead of using the Orion, I'm actually using the Polaris now, and it works very, very well. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of things unlocked for my Heavy Assault on my NC character, so I can't really do that. As far as general strategy is concerned, there are really only 3 things that I can think of to tell you. First off, you just need to keep yourself out of extremes, so don't fight at extremely long range and don't fight at extremely close range, because you're going to get steamrolled by weapons that are more fitted to those specific purposes. Aim for the head. This weapon is very, very easy to control, so headshots are pretty easy to come by at close to medium range. And burst the weapon every 15 shots or so. So is the EM1 a bad weapon? No. It's on par with every other weapon in its category. Is it going to be the best at one role, one purpose? No. Is it going to be decent at absolutely everything? Yeah, pretty much. If this video has been interesting or helpful, please feel free to like, subscribe, and tell your friends about the channel. And if you have any comments, thoughts, or hate you'd like to send my way, feel free to leave a comment or a video response below. Thanks very much, folks. We're all signing off.